Congratulations on the show. It's going. You're enjoying it.
Oh, I enjoy it. It was like one of those things where I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to have my own show. I get to do things that most shows can't do. Like you've got standards and practices who tells you what you can and can't say. I don't really have that. They let me, as long as you got offensive in the title, you can say whatever you want, kind of.
Right.
But after I did the first show, I was like, oh, we did it. Like that's so great. And they're like, yeah, you've got 9 more this season. And I kind of panicked a little bit. I was like, oh my God, I feel like doing your show is fun. Having a show, not as much fun. It's more pressure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you show up every day.
Exactly. You do this 4 days a week?
4 days a week,
If you could do this once every 2 months, wouldn't you be happier?
You know what? I wouldn't show up. I think that's the thing. It's the rhythm of every day. That's what you find that you get into. If someone said, you come up with a show, Conan, you only have to do a show, but you only are responsible for 1 a year, I would be drunk. I wouldn't show up for it,
Yeah.
you know?
That's what I want.
You want that.
I want to
You
get drunk and
one a
not
year.
show up. That'd be perfect.
Your show is, as I said, it's quite, to use the word, overused word, edgy. Has the network asked you to tone it down a bit?
A little bit. It's weird because Comedy Central is owned by Viacom, which is like a giant corporation. So I get phone calls from Sumner, Redstone almost every day saying, Anthony, you're the face of the network. We need you to be edgier and more offensive.
You get phone calls from Sumner Redstone. He's one of the richest men in the world.
He is a big fan and just a really edgy guy. He's like, why haven't you talked about 9/11 this week? And I'm like, that's...
What?
A lot of people would be offended by that. And he's like, you're the face of the company, make more 9/11 jokes. And he'll send me 10 to 12 jokes that he's written about 9/11, and he makes me do them.
Sumner Redstone does. I think we have a picture here of Sumner Redstone.
Yeah.
This guy is calling you up.
He looks like the guy who married Anna Nicole Smith. Very edgy guy, very offensive.
And he's an offensive man?
Insanely offensive.
Yeah, and he's wow. I believe you.
You know, like if I called you on the phone, you would say hello.
Yeah.
He uses the N-word.
What?
Yeah. Out of his mind.
Sumner Redstone?
Yeah.
Have you got a lawyer?
I'm gonna have to get one.
Yeah.
But
let me talk about your stand-up act. You say a lot of unflattering things in your stand-up act about your family.
yes, throw them all under the bus.
Yeah.
Big time.
Do they get upset?
They did in the beginning. Like my mom would be walking around the street and someone would say, like, I saw your son on Conan and he made a joke about you having an affair. I didn't know you cheated on your husband. And she would say, I've never cheated on my husband. Anthony, why are you making these jokes? But now that I've gotten insanely famous, now family members are begging me to get put into jokes. Like my Uncle Tom will say, like, I want to be in a joke. And I'm like, I'm going to make you a racist child molester, right? And he's like, that's great. And then I'll do the joke, I'll say it on TV, and I'll call him and be like, Uncle Tom, what'd you think of that joke? And I'm like, thanks.
So then he's not so happy afterwards.
He teaches public school, and it doesn't work out so well for Uncle Tom. Go ahead.
The roasts, you really, you came to fame doing these roasts for Comedy Central, and do you enjoy the roasts? I mean, because I've seen you sometimes have to follow tough acts.
They always make me follow whoever they think is going to do the worst. Because I've got like short jokes that I can just I can kind of hit them, where they'll put me after like Mike Tyson, who's just kind of like reading a poem for 20 minutes, or put me after The Situation on the Trump roast, which is like a disaster. So they always like to put me in the worst spot possible because they think I can clean it up.
Right.
Which I do.
Are you able? Oh, you do.
Oh yeah.
You're quite confident.
Yeah, I just have a proven track record that I can go back to. You know what I mean? It's easy. It's easy.
Now, is this true that you did a show for the Boys and Girls Club? Am I right about that?
Unfortunately, yes. I don't get asked to do a lot of charity benefits, but the Boys and Girls Club was like, hey, would you want to come do this benefit for us? We'll give you some money. And I don't usually, this was back in the day when I didn't get paid for a lot of stuff, so I was like, yeah, I want to do it, but are you sure you want me? And they were like, yep, we're sure. And I was like, here's a clip of me. Watch it. And then call me again. They call me back and they're like, we want you. And I said, well, watch it again with the sound all the way up. And they were like, yeah, we want it. And then I went and did it, and people were very upset. We were very